SuperTalk Mississippi Media production.
State Treasurer David McRae has put hundreds of millions back into the hands of Mississippi citizens, expanding the state's affordable college and career savings program and also returning record amounts of unclaimed money. Check out how Treasurer David McRae's office can help you, your business, or your organization. Treasury.ms.gov.
I'm Steve Azar, and I'm on the other side of the microphone, meaning I'm asking the questions this time, and oh, have mercy for the airwaves. I spent 20 years in Music City, wrote and made some hits, traveled the world, and then moved my family back to the birthplace of American music and where the magnolia trees prosper. And now every time I put my feet on Mississippi soil, when I'm off the road, well, I'm at peace. On this show, it's all about hearing the stories straight from the mouths of the friends I've made along the way, their journey to success. Heck, there might be someone on, I don't even know, but you know how us Mississippi types are. We tend to take well to new company. In a Mississippi Minute, all 60 of them. I'm Steve Azar. It's just like that muddy river, moving slow. Ain't no worries, it's how life goes, baby. In a Mississippi Minute.
Hey folks, time for another In a Mississippi Minute. Grateful for you tuning in. Visit Mississippi.org. As always, into my ninth and a half year, they have allowed me and Team SuperTalk to get to do this and get to really chat it up with a lot of folks that I really don't know. Some I know, but the bottom line is that I always get to know them a whole lot better right in front of you, and I'm always grateful. And I appreciate you guys tuning in for all these years. Go to visit Mississippi.org. Plan a road trip today to Starkville, because that's where you're going to road trip. One of the greatest small towns in America this year. Again, I think that that's a cool thing. Today's guest is one of the rising leaders in women's college basketball, a coach known for his infectious energy, let me say that right, impeccable recruiting ability, and passion for building championship cultures. Since taking over Hell State women's basketball program in 2022. He's wasted no time making a serious impact and guiding the Bulldogs back to the NCAA tournament. Before becoming the fastest head coach, by the way, in program history, and the program history is a long time to reach March Madness. Before arriving in Starkville, Coach, I'm not going to give his name away, spent nearly, you know who it is if you're Hell State fans, nearly 2 decades developing successful programs at Auburn, Tulsa, Georgia Tech, Louisville, where he helped the Cardinals make multiple deep NCAA tournament runs, including a Final Four appearance. Along the way, he earned a national reputation as one of the top recruiters in the game, and as a coach who invests deeply in the growth of his student athletes, both on and off the court. Today, we'll chat with the coach about building a winning culture, navigating the evolving landscape of today's college athletics, developing young leaders for tomorrow, whether they go on into the WNBA or not, and go on to just do other things in life, and what it takes to sustain at the highest level of women's basketball. Please join me in welcoming Mississippi State's women's basketball coach, also a Delta Solar, by the way, every year, as according to the last 2 or 3 years, thanks to David and Sherry Abney. I love you guys. Coach Sam Purcell. What's up, Coach?
Man, Steve, first of all, man, thanks for that intro. I appreciate it, man, and it's an honor to be on here. And as much as you were shouting me out, I also want to shout you out because God brings people into your lives, and brother, you're a special man. What you do down there in the Delta and that golf tournament is hands down one of the best events I'm a part of every year.
Well, you know you're an official celebrity. You know, just because the Abneys, by the way, Dave and Sherry are celebrities in my book. But you know, they're the ones that brought you in. I was like, we're getting the coach. I love it because I get all excited when that happens. I'm a big hoop junkie. My brother has been the Memphis Grizzlies orthopedic surgeon for 22 years. Took 2 years off to work with the NBA, and now they begged him back, and he's back with the Grizzlies. He was just in the draft in Memphis. Wow. So as an ortho guy, so he's we're all basketball junkies in this family. March Madness is my time of year, and it leaks right into the Masters. And I got to tell you something, that is as good as it gets for me. It's the time I look forward to so much. So let's dig back. First of all, you and I know each other at the age we are now. I want to know the young coach, before he was ever coach, decided to be a coach, how that came about. What were you into sports-wise in your youth, and who made that impact for you to go, that's my calling?
Yeah, great question. So let's start off with the people who brought me into this world. My parents, Jim and Diane Purcell. All right. Two angels, man. Blessed to have loving parents. My father worked in the carpet industry in Dalton, Georgia. For those who don't know,
Sure.
a little Jeopardy here for 500. Dalton, Georgia is the carpet capital of the world. So just a blue collar, hardworking man that was able to work his way up in corporate America. And then my mom, like any mom, is truly an angel. And I'll just say that because she's my mom. But my mom was a drug and alcohol rehab counselor. So,
Wow.
Steve, you can imagine the amount of people that we touched in the community to help their lives. And to have a father again who was blue collar, my mom who was truly on the streets, praying, helping people out with their lives, just created a DNA in me. And that's even before sports, man. So just blessed to just have two great role models. And then from there, I'm going to be honest. The reason I'm here today, and this is for any parent that is on here, I probably made it to be a coach because I fell in love with the sport of basketball in third grade, and neither one of my parents played the game. And you know what? They were just supportive parents. And I grew up in an area of the country where Georgia is known for football.
Sure.
There wasn't a lot of big time Division I role models. And the key where this really started going was a man named Alan Long.
There's always a man or a woman.
There is.
There is.
And he moved in my freshman year of high school. And it was simple, Steve. Word got out in the community that this guy was going to start Breakfast Club. And as simple as that sounds, it's like Breakfast Club. Like, come on, man. Like, what's so special that it was a gentleman who was willing to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, do extra workouts before even, you would go to school at 8 a.m. And again, that's who I am. I'm a guy that has a motto who was raised OWE, outwork everyone. And for someone to volunteer their time, take young kids in, teach them the game at 6 in the morning, provided this fire and spark in me that just absolutely loved the game and provided me an opportunity to get here, sitting here talking to you today.
I love hearing that. By the way, there are quite a bit of people in my life that I've worked with. My manager back in the Nashville days was a recovering alcoholic. And he had to work at it, but he was there, but he had folks like your mom to keep him on the straight and narrow. There's quite a bit of folks, big donors. My dear friend Tommy Foster, he goes around the country teaching people. Him and his wife, they have been sober for well over 30-something years. And he said, it's funny because I'll ask him, and he was a really good athlete growing up, great basketball player in South Carolina, quarterback, all that. And I said, I can't imagine you being any way but the way you are. He says, well, you're never going to get to know that because that guy you'd have never hung around with. You would have never wanted to know. I said, I still can't imagine you being that way. He goes, oh, it was worse than anything you could ever imagine. And that's just interesting in how dedicated he is. And now they're just giving back.
Yeah.
And they're around a bunch of people that's having fun and they're able to cope. It's really interesting because I've asked him, how he does that. Okay, David and Sherry, obviously huge Mississippi State fans. The Abneys go deep into the fiber of helping kids tutor. I've seen the building dedicated to his dad. I teared up when he showed me. He teared up. We all teared up. And his life, and I've had him on my show. How'd you guys get to know each other as close now?
But yeah, so again, God, man, I'm a man of faith. You're going to constantly hear this, Steve. People come into my life. I'm grateful. So we had to buy a house here in Starkville. And you know what? My neighbor is David, right?
I love their house there.
Yeah. Multiple homes because he's worked his way up corporate America, obviously becoming the CEO of UPS. And
incredible.
Was, he has a game day house outside of my home, and he would always go for walks. And you could imagine me as a coach, the best way to relieve stress is sometimes just getting outside because I'm constantly indoor. And here's this gentleman. I have no earthly idea who he is. He doesn't know me. We just a simple introduction of just being neighbors. And then constant 30-minute walks turned into hour walks that turned into a relationship that turned into when he came in town, would take on a mentorship role for me as a leader. because you got to understand, I've been in this business for 20 plus years, but now I'm in a different seat.
Yeah,
right?
I understand.
And there's a big difference between being an assistant to being a head coach. So I asked him for his mentorship, how you led UPS, because obviously I don't have the same numbers, but we both have big responsibilities. So for him to begin to be an angel and be willing to help me out, but most importantly, be a person that when we did lose, continue to reach out and support. I can't thank enough.
I feel adequate at best, and that is as good as I can say when I'm around him, because he's that great of a man and she's that great of a lady. The Abney shout out, because without that, Coach Purcell and I are not on right now. Stand by with the great coach. Visit Mississippi.org, celebrating Starkville, Mississippi. Plan road trip.
We're in cold water, and I shall believe.
Listen and watch all your favorite SuperTalk Mississippi shows live and on demand. Listen to tons of music. Plus, get the latest breaking news from across the state with the SuperTalk Mississippi app. The SuperTalk Mississippi app. Download the SuperTalk app on your iPhone or Android device now for free. Just search SuperTalk Mississippi in your app store on your mobile device to get everything Mississippi all in one place. The SuperTalk Mississippi app. Get it now.
Rolling into a Mississippi Minute, as I often do. Coach Sam Purcell is my guest today, Mississippi State. He has had a heck of a journey, and I want to dig into a little bit of how he ended up in Starkville, why he ended up in Starkville. You folks in Mississippi know, we know why. I spent a lot of time on campuses back in the day, cutting my teeth, learning to play, and it gave me a lot of confidence to get to where I needed to get. And I'm grateful for our state. I'm grateful for that campus back in the day. I'm grateful for the Pike House. Shout out to you guys. You didn't want to see that back in the day. It was pretty special. Coach Purcell, thank you for joining me. So I want to talk to you the journey now. So give me the journey, on the hoop court. Where did you see yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 as a player? And when did the coaching thing really start? When did the bug bite?
Yeah, no, another great question, Steve. So
thank you for my great question.
Yeah, hey, let's continue to go from that Dalton journey. So, okay, my high school coach got me loving the game now, right?
Breakfast Club. I love it.
Yeah, and this is, again, I think where everybody's got to understand is I'm 46 years old, okay? And now the people—
Such a child, but go ahead.
Yeah, the young, the young people today are different than when we were young. Young people today they think the truth through social media. They think whatever's on social media is the truth. Well, we didn't have that when I was, 15, 16, a young Thundercat. Right. My truth came from Sports Illustrated. That's when it was the juice. You had to get the Sports Illustrated in the mail. You get to read about the program. So here I am, a high school kid. All right. My goal was to go Division I, and I didn't have any offers. Again, it came from a small town where there wasn't a lot of D1 kids. And I found a junior college in Wadley, Alabama. Steve, you've probably never been there. You couldn't find it on the map if you—
Hey, whoa, I've been everywhere. But go ahead. I like it. I like the way it sounds.
I put a lot of money on this one. You haven't been to Wadley, Alabama. An hour north of Auburn. There's no red lights. I think there might be—
I don't think I've ever been north of Auburn.
Yeah. One stop sign in the middle of the woods, right? But they built a $5 million gym. Okay, in an athletic campus. They have 3 satellite campuses. And then the year before I went, they had 5 players go Division I. So I said, that's my sign, right? They're developing players. That's how I'm going to get to my path. And luckily, after 2 years of junior college, Steve, one of my biggest strengths is I'm a realist. I realized the Lord gave me a lot, but what he didn't give me was the athleticism to play on the Division I level. So at that point, I hung it up. I went to a gas station. This is a true story. And I was looking, all right, my next path, I wanted to go work for the best. It's always how I've been wired. So I went to go get a Sports Illustrated again, and Auburn men's basketball was on the cover. And there was a gentleman, Chris Porter, who's dunking. I could see it like it was yesterday. And I said, bam, that's where I got to go. So I pick up a phone and I call a gentleman called Cliff Ellis, who's the men's coach. And I said, hey, Cliff, here's my story.
The phone up? He answered?
Picked the phone up. Yeah, he answered. I got the number. I was aggressive because that's what my dad taught me, life skills. Son, if you want something, you got to go get it. So I call him and he said, listen, we'd have a student job up for you. Perfect. All right. I get there. All right. And right before school starts, he calls me and says, hey, we got some bad news. I'm like, bad news? I'm in school. We're applied. We're good over here. And he said, well, I can't pay you what we promised because a senior manager's coming back. Oh. Well, I just told you about my mom, Steve. My mom doesn't play. So she was like, son, you've already applied. So not going to school is not an option. So I said, all right, Lord, what are you doing here? All right. Because I this is my path. This is what I prayed about. But I had to figure it out. So I get a cheap apartment and I get 2 jobs, Steve, on top of school.
Wow.
One of them is a telemarketer selling vacuum cleaners. Oh, right.
Goodness.
The other one is at the Gap, which I love clothes. And it's funny how those 2 things apply to my job now. One, I'm cold calling kids all the time, all across the country, trying to convince them to come to Mississippi State. So those skills at an early age help me.
Fearless.
And then now every time you're on TV and you're on sideline, especially on with you, Steve, at these awesome events.
You got to look good.
I got to look good, baby. So, for about 6 months, I'm doing that. And then this is 2002. Technology comes into sports and they need a young student to learn computers that can break down film for basketball. And they had a flyer up and I said, what? For girls basketball? I said, first of all, a lot of these girls are in my class and they cool. And the second thing, you're going to pay for my education? I said, man, where do I sign up? And so that's how I got onto the girls side and just was blessed ever since there, just to start at the bottom and work my way up the ladder.
Girls basketball, and that was it, right?
Yeah.
Do you you enjoy that, right? Do you feel like it's your calling?
It is, because again, let's talk about science, right? First of all, women's basketball right now is as hot as market as it's ever been. Oh, man. I mean, it's crazy. We're finally getting attention. Women are getting the respect that they deserve. So I actually got into it for the right reasons. You're actually seeing now women's coaches, especially in the WNBA, make $1 million salaries. So there's money.
There's money now, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't, when I started 20 years ago, it wasn't about money. It was about opportunity. Right. And then falling into true love for the game. And then also, again, I'm a man of faith. It happens now. I'm a father, but behind me here, I've got 3 little girls, right? So I was meant to be on the girls' side. So being able to coach women has obviously made me a better father. And then being a better father has made me a better coach. So it's really cool to see how this has come full circle.
How did you and Megan meet?
Okay, so she's my college sweetheart. She played golf at Auburn, Steve. Just like
we knew she played golf. Yep.
Yeah. Listen, I fell in love not only by her beautiful looks and her soul, but when she hit that golf ball about 250 yards, I said,
"Yeah, that's exciting." Yeah.
I can see some great future date nights in the future.
Hey, you're also thinking about genetics for the future as well. I believe in that. So I need to ask you, how the heck did I give y'all Chris Cheddar again this year? Yes. How did you got with Megan? How did y'all not place this year? What happened?
Yeah.
I'm trying to help.
You were. There's no excuses. Okay.
Y'all got no excuse.
I think the heat had something to do with it.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
And then meeting also several of your friends in the hotel the night before and not going to bed.
Yeah, they could have kept you up.
Yeah, they affect team performance the following day.
I love it. Alex English, I had him on the other day, and he said he was a little bit skeptical to come to Mississippi, even though he grew up in South Carolina, because he had never been. Yeah. And I said, and he goes, I got to tell you something, and I go, what the heck, man? Come on. I don't ever want to hear that. It hurts, but I love hearing it after the fact when he goes, I'm coming back every year. It's one of my favorite places, the people I've ever been to, and I regret not coming sooner. And I said, well, I love hearing that, and that makes my day, and it's great to have that. Did you and Cliff Levingston and Alex English have any sort of chat?
We did, man. That was cool. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was telling you. I mean, it was hard to focus once it was time to go because between meeting everyone before it started, you playing music the night before, dancing the night away till 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning.
Too late.
Right?
We're too late.
I mean,
something's wrong with us.
Man, I'm just glad I didn't hit somebody with a golf ball from the tee box.
So much fun. All right, so you get there. Give me my journey from after Auburn, or where do you climb at Auburn to get to the next level?
Yeah, so here we go. My video coordinator, and this is for a message for any young person out there listening. Is a lot of people make mistakes because they go for that certain title and that certain job. And what I think I do well, and why I'm sitting here today, is I didn't look for that. I look for opportunity, and that's what life's about: is getting an opportunity. But once you get that opportunity, what do you do with it? And so I got offered. Yeah, man, you got to crush it. Yeah. And then you get more opportunity. So I took a job at Tulsa, Oklahoma. And again, it's funny. One of my favorite songs, is Garth Brooks. I can't think of it right now. The prayer song.
I thank God for unanswered prayers.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I happen to be Garth Brooks' neighbor. If you remember in his documentary, he goes off tour at his peak of his career because he wanted to raise his daughter with Trisha. So he owns 100 acres of land, which my house used to border. So technically we're neighbors, but never got to see him but once at a Starbucks. But
all right. Okay, wait, let's stay there for a second.
Yeah.
Because I don't want us to get kicked off the air yet. And I want to know everything that you're thinking about.
Okay.
I want my listeners to hear it. Coach Sam Purcell is with me in a Mississippi Minute. I didn't give him a heads up. It's my bad. I'm going to run lines as we speak. Suicides. I'm doing it right now. Visit Mississippi.org. Stand by, folks. We're in Starkville, Mississippi with the great coach, Sam Purcell.
I'm the coach. I'm still trying to find my way. Up to $20,000 available for first-time home buyers. Hey folks, Steve Azar here. Helping is the heart of our friends at Guarantee Bank. They offer programs like the Home Buyer Equity Leverage Partnership Grant that can assist qualified first-time home buyers with up to $20,000 towards down payment and provide home ownership counseling to empower you on your journey. These funds are first come, first served. Learn more about this program and to apply now, go to gbtonline.com. Guarantee Bank, member FDIC.
Your next customer is searching online right now. Will they find you or your competitor? If your website is outdated, slow, or hard to use on a phone, you could be losing business every day. SuperTalk Mississippi Media builds sharp, mobile-friendly websites that look great and work even better, and they're more affordable than you might think. We can drive customers to your new website with powerful radio commercials and targeted digital ads on Facebook, Google, TikTok, Hulu, and more. Call SuperTalk Mississippi Media at 601-991-2305 or visit stmmdigital.com.
From the Seabrook Paint.
In a Mississippi Minute with Steve Azar, right here on SuperTalk Mississippi.
I'm really screwing up my clock here. I didn't have.
We're enjoying talking to each other. It's all good.
Oh, I know, but I'm screwing up. Steve Azar here with Coach Sam Purcell. He's jumping in on the intro now because he's the coach. And I love coaches, especially great coaches. And one like today, hanging out in Starkville, Mississippi, changing the culture as we speak. Like it's changing right now as we breathe. Visit Mississippi.org. We're the birthplace of America's music. I say it all the time. And there are some special things. Even I was inducted, Coach, into the Mississippi, the Country Trail Marker system with Jimmy Rogers and Jerry Lee Lewis, but also with Johnny Cash when he wee-weed on the flowers in Starkville. So that's my class, and that's kind of cool. So anyway, so Starkville, Mississippi, you can go check that out where that trail marker is. It's awesome. Okay, so Coach, you get to Tulsa.
Yeah.
And where are you in line coaching?
I'm probably the bottom end of assistant coaches.
Okay.
Third or fourth.
What year are we?
We are now talking about 2005.
Okay, we're not talking. 21 years ago. It's that's half your life ago. All right. So, okay. So where does that lead you to?
So 2 years. We're fortunate. We're the, like you said, March Madness. What got me to the next spot is we're a 12 seed playing the 5 seed, and we're the Cinderella, and we won.
Perfect seed.
Boom. So now they want to, yeah. So in this business, they're, the higher programs are like, okay, we got to find a winner. We got to find somebody who's a grinder. So here comes my work ethic. It's speaking for itself, and it leads me to Georgia Tech. So I go from Tulsa, Oklahoma to Georgia Tech, back home to Georgia, and I worked there 6 years, which was great because obviously it's a very high academic institution. And then now, again, the good Lord bless you. A lot of the students who go to Georgia Tech are international kids. So now I had a USA territory. Now I go to Georgia Tech. And now
are you doing a lot of recruiting back then?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. They send the young cats on the road. So young Thundercat, get after it. Now I'm going to Sweden. I'm going to places that I used to dream of to go see the world and, man, go meet people that, again, relationships are big for me. That's the key to life,
man. It's the key to life. It's what you talked about, those walks you're taking. And by the way, I only know David Abney to run, not walk. So it's interesting you're calling it walking. But it's a fast pace no matter what. But I know that's what it's all about in our lives as you go. You realize the relationships that impacted and had to happen for you to make it from point A, B, C, D, all the way to Z. All right. So you get there. I had a question to ask you. So Megan and the girls.
Yeah.
Start to have a family. I was gone so much that I wasn't ever home. It was 280 days a year, on the bus and this and that. And when it got to a point when the kids got a little older and they couldn't leave because they were in school, we didn't homeschool them. We sent them to regular schools that dad wasn't there. And so how has that, obviously it's been incredible for you, but that to me is the most important thing next to your faith, having a family that gets it.
Yeah, amen.
Because they're sharing you with another whole family.
Yeah.
And a fan base.
Yeah.
And everybody, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So you get better through the years, right? So obviously when we got married, she knew what she signed up for. But just because she signed up for it, there's an art of making sure you don't leave her behind. Right. Yeah. And then we do this together. And so you learn that the first 2 years. We moved to Georgia Tech, and that's when we had our first child, Reese. It was great because at least we're closer back home to her to have family for family help.
Sure.
For any young person on here, don't be scared to ask for help. That's the key to marriage. This is hard when you do this.
Yes, communicating, man. You got to do it. You got to ask for help, and you can't get quiet about it. It's time. Those are times to talk it out. Always.
Amen.
Always.
Amen. Be vulnerable. Be you. The same reasons you fell in love are the same reasons you're going to have to work hard to stay in love.
Right.
So we've worked hard. And then also I've had great bosses. I've been very open about trying to balance this out, that I'm going to give you my heart and I'm going to give you everything I got, but I got to make sure my family's a part of this.
Sure, man.
And so if I can bring my kids to practice, if we can find times to do things, that also has been huge for us to, still be together here on August 5th for 20 years.
That's beautiful. I love hearing that. Okay. And she's an athlete too, and she understands that. So to travel with Auburn and all that, they sort of in her DNA, which helped. It helps. But a great woman is a great woman is a great woman. And there you go. So what about your kids as they are around basketball and around all these girls, and you've got all these girls in your family? You're the one lone, male hormones running around, and everybody else is female hormones. How has that impacted their play and love for basketball?
Yeah, so they're fans. So here was my thing I told my wife, and I still tell my kids today. If you love basketball, daddy's going to coach you hard. And we'll get after it. I'll spend time with you. We'll work it. But if you just like it, we're just signing up to play. I'm not going to put no pressure on you. I don't want anything. You like basketball, because that's what I want parents to understand. And you need to ask your kid, if you're listening to this right now, there's a difference between liking basketball or liking sports and loving it. If you love it, let's push it to no other. But if they like it, just let them enjoy it. And so my kids like basketball, but they love dance. So I support them in dance, just like I coach my kids here in basketball. So that's how I go about it from a parent approach. Yeah,
golf at all in the
No, I know that breaks my heart. I know maybe later
That's fine. I get it. It's fine. I'd wonder. Look. I tell my wife, this is the one thing we sort of always differed a little bit. One thing. And other than that, she's right about everything. I told her, I said, she goes, I think you need to make them play guitar. And I said, no. Yeah. I can't make them play guitar. But eventually they all kind of learn. And the two of them, the boys have learned. And I'm cracking up now. And I'm stringing my son's guitar. He's a doctor in Austin now. And I'm bringing him a guitar. He doesn't know I'm putting strings on it. I don't even string my guitars. I have a guitar tech that strings my guitars, but I'm going to string my doctor's son's guitar, who, he can barely play, but he likes it. And so we have a bunch of his stuff when he was leaving UMMC, heading to Austin, Texas, where he's at now doing internal medicine. But he goes, don't forget my guitar. And I'm like, oh, this is crazy to hear, because you guys weren't thinking about it back in the day, And so let's get to Mississippi State. Let's get you there now. A Mississippi Minute can only, it can only last so long. When does this decision happen? Looking backward, I know how faithful you are and everything, but that's a move.
Yeah.
And you're moving to Mississippi, which we love. And but you're a Georgia guy. So, and you've hopped around and you've been very successful, Louisville, all these places. So where do you come from, and how does it go down?
Yeah, so again, fate. So biggest game I ever coached in was the 2018 Final Four game. And you know who Louisville played in the Final Four, Steve?
You play Hail State?
Hail State, baby, Mississippi State. So it's a game I'll never forget, one, because we lost, but two, the energy and the passion of our fan base, especially when it's on that stage, is as good as it gets. And I just felt their energy. Wow. So obviously, Vic Schaefer did a phenomenal job of making this a program that was nationally branded for those back-to-back national championship runs. He leaves to go to Texas, and the program had two hard, situations. They had a coach who eventually passed away from cancer, who got sick, and then they had an interim coach. So, like most programs, no coach wants to follow a legend, and they struck out with 4 head coaches who didn't want to take the job. And so John Cohen, the AD at the time, wanted to go outside the box and hire a young, energetic coach to help bring this program back. And so for them to identify me and give me a call, I was like, are you kidding me? It's a no-brainer, because 1, I'm from the South. 2, I grew up in the SEC. And 3, I've been in Mississippi. And Mississippi is about people, and that's how I was raised.
Love it. Love hearing that. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to run lines again, by the way. And I run the mile around the gym. How many times it takes? I don't know, 20? Whatever it is, I can't remember. The bottom line is I'm with Coach Sam Purcell. He's got me fired up. I can't wait to come, but I'm very spoiled, Coach. When I come visit, I got to be right there. I mean, I almost have to dress out. It's that
you're sitting right beside me.
That's what I'm talking about. I love it. Visit Mississippi.org. Oh, what's going to happen at Mississippi State when I'm on the sidelines? Don't go nowhere. I'm with the wonderful, wonderful, faith-driven, incredible coach in Sam Purcell. We'll be right back.
For so long, I sure ought to know what it finally feels like. I sure ought to know what it finally feels like. I sure ought to know what it finally feels like to be doing it. I'm doing it right. I'm still trying to find my way.
Up to $20,000 available for first-time home buyers. Hey folks, Steve Azar here. Helping is the heart of our friends at Guarantee Bank. They offer programs like the Home Buyer Equity Leverage Partnership Grant that can assist qualified first-time home buyers with up to $20,000 towards down payment and provide home ownership counseling to empower you on your journey. These funds are first come, first served. Learn more about this program and to apply now, go to gbtonline.com. Guarantee Bank, member FDIC.
Military Matters.
The Army unveiled the first 2 of 10 new 3D printed barracks at Fort Bliss, Texas, marking the Pentagon's largest deployment of robotic construction ever. The project, built by Austin-based tech startup Icon Prime, consists of 10 open bay barracks. The barracks were built to withstand the harsh Texas climate while providing durable, energy-efficient housing for soldiers. At a ribbon-cutting ceremony last week, Major General Curtis Taylor, the commanding general at Fort Bliss, praised the 3D printing process for offering a faster, more efficient, and cost-effective way to build high-quality barracks.
Testament to the incredible synergy between the Defense Innovation Unit, the Army Corps of Engineers, and the trailblazing technology developed by the Icon Corporation. Together, you haven't just built barracks, but you have fundamentally changed the way the Army built readiness.
The printing phase for all 10 buildings took just 58 days. For Military Matters in Washington, Jennifer Griffin, Fox News.
Before your true story.
Sonny boy, if he had the choice, he'd raise some hell and make
I'm on the
some noise.
sidelines. I'm coaching. Visit Mississippi.org. We'll probably have something to say about that, and so will all of the Hell State fans when that happens. But I am grateful for Coach Sam Purcell taking the time to get to know him, because you and I never get a chance to speak at Delta Soul. I hear my name called at least 2,000 times in all different ranges, and certain ones I don't like, and certain ones, okay, I can handle that. How do you get to UConn level? How do you get there? Now I know State's been there.
Yeah.
But UConn's been doing it like Tennessee did it back in the day, and do it South Carolina. You had LSU on these runs. How do you get that consistent, especially with the curveballs of NIL and the portal? And the second half of the question is, how does that affect women's basketball compared to men's?
Yeah, so let's start. First of all, I think UConn became UConn with a vision. You got to have a vision. What's your vision that you could sell to each individual and each family, first and foremost? Then when you got a vision, now you got players, right? And you got to go get good players. Then after good players commit, what are your values? The values of my team this year are going to be three things, Steve, when you come courtside for that game.
Woo!
Number one, we're going to be one of the toughest teams in the country because you can't get to the top unless you're tough. Number two, you got to have discipline. Discipline, just like you become the musician that you were. Every single day, we got to outwork everyone, and we got to have discipline about what we do. And then number three, we're not playing an individual sport. We're playing a team sport, and we're going to be connected. So toughness, discipline, and connected every single day is what our program's going to stand for. And then just like we talked about marriage, I'm very honest as a head coach. I'm open in the public. We got a golf tournament here. I'm going to go throw a little shout out for October 19th with fundraisers. I'm working the streets because you know what? You got to have
jobs,
support
right?
at today's time with NIL.
Sure.
You got to have people believe in you and support you. And if you can go get the top talent, you could sell a vision, but you could stand on business and retain that talent. That's the key word you're asking me, Steve. You got to retain talent.
No fooling. It's like you're recruiting the players that you're living with, and then you got to go somewhere else to recruit them. I mean, I don't know how. I know the energy you have, and I know the faith you have.
Yeah.
But it is so demanding now. There's so many different elements that you have to dot the I's, cross the T's beyond and on steroids. It's crazy. So it's a lot for you to do. I know you rely on your staff.
100%. Yeah, rely on them. Yeah, they got to help me find a good talent. We also got to be real, Steve. We shop at two different gas stations, right?
Yeah.
Or grocery stores. We're not in the high-end market. That's okay. Or I always use this. I tell them there's McDonald's All-Americans and the Burger King kids.
Yeah.
I love the Burger King kids.
I love a Burger King burger. I'm not afraid of that. Come on.
Hey, man, give me some onion rings and a Whopper.
Give it to me. Double Whopper.
Give me the McDonald's All-American kids, and we're going to come and punch you in the face.
Yeah.
And then once you win, then, like you said, your question was, how do I get to UConn level? We do all that, and then we retain that talent, and then you stack years. That's how you get to UConn.
What's on the horizon now? You got this golf tournament you want to talk about?
Yeah, so October 19th, we're going to do something. I'm trying to get outside the areas, not just here in Starkville. We're going to team up with Pearl River Casino.
Pearl River Resort. I'm their guy. Come on. I'm the brand ambassador. What are you talking about?
Come on.
I live for him. Matt, Chief, I love them all. I love them.
Chief Ben, that's where we actually talked at your tournament about.
Oh, that's awesome. Such a great track. Such great folks.
Yeah, so we're pumped about that. I can't announce, and then we're going to do an open exhibition in October. We're in the works. But again, I'm trying to go to different areas of the state to get to our people. Because like you know, Mississippi State is a special group. The Delta down there in Biloxi.
You know, when I grew up as a kid, we'd head into northeast Mississippi, and that's where Wheeler, Thrasher, Ingomar, Hickory Flat, East Kemper, you name it. It was unbelievable. Ripley, it was crazy basketball. Like, it was nuts. And we'd get there, and it was like, you know, some of these teams didn't have football programs, so that's all they did, that and baseball. And I'm telling you, it was like watching art. Yeah. It was beautiful. I mean, it was like the band on stage, everybody playing in harmony. And it's interesting you bring that up, because I can tell you this. I've had bands throughout my life, but some of my guys have been with me over 30 years, 25 years, 28 years, 20, and then I've had a long run where they're starting to retire from me. But now to this day, I've got some guys that we rely on each other, and it is like a sport to us, meaning when we get out there, how good can we be playing the same songs, and how different can it make us feel, and how can we all take care of our job, not on the court, but on the stage. And it feels like that to me. And so we're always challenged by that, and grateful to get to be on stage with folks that you love, like you absolutely love. You spent all these years on the road in a bus with them and buses and all that, and played all the arenas with each other, and we played tough spots and the most beautiful spots and all that. And we stuck it out and hung together. It's got to be like it is on the court, right?
Yeah,
got to be.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's all relationships. And like you said, I think what's really cool is all those years you put together, when you really do this the right way, your families all become one big family. You got birthdays you celebrate. You've been there for their children's births. I've got 2 employees right now who are about to get married that we're talking about being in their wedding. Like, come on, man. That's what this is all about.
That is what it's all about. All right. Well, I'm going to be in Starkville. I'm going to bring Gwen. We're excited. We're going to find a date, or maybe, heck, I mean, you may not be able to get rid of me. You don't understand. I'm all in.
Let's go.
I'm all in. I'm going to be wearing the colors and everything. I'm ready to roll. And I appreciate you taking the time annually now to come to the Delta Soul. I'm so grateful for David and Sherry Abney and you and Megan taking the time. And it means the world to us that you do that, and you make it a whole lot better, you and Megan. So thank you guys for doing that, and bless you, Coach.
Yeah, thank you. Bless you, man. You keep doing the great work you're doing. It's been an honor to be on this today.
Love it. Coach Sam Purcell, visit Mississippi.org. Thank you guys for allowing me to get to know my friend a whole lot better. Blessings to you all. Hell State. Thanks, Coach.
Hell State.
I'm Steve Azar. In a Mississippi Minute, all 60 of them, where you can take your sweet time.
A SuperTalk Mississippi Media production.